What's up, Pawn family? It's Yigal. Happy Friday. And today I'm going to talk to you guys about how to get more Pawn customers into your store. I made a post this morning in the Facebook community. If you're not in the Facebook community, search Pawn Leaders Community. We have over 1,000 pawnbrokers who join us there every single day. We're talking about lead generation, marketing strategies, leadership, everything to grow your pawn business. So I made a post about how so many pawnbrokers have no idea what lead generation is. Also, it's never really been taught in the industry. Why is that? Because before we were lucky enough to be able to just open our doors and make money. And it wasn't until about, 10 years into owning the pawn shop that I realized that how do we increase our customer base without just twiddling our thumbs and sitting on our butt? So I started studying lead generation and what it took. And we started doing text message campaigns and SEO and AdWords and all these types of lead generation tactics to be able to help with bringing more customers into the store. And it worked. So before I jump on, let me know who's watching and where you're coming from, the name of your shop. Love to know who's watching this today. Today we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube, which is a first, so it should be cool. So I'm going to talk to you about 5 or 6 different things that you need to be doing today in order to bring more customers into your pawn shop. So the first thing that you should be doing is SEO, search engine optimization. I'm not an expert in search engine optimization, but I know that when somebody puts in Pawn Shop San Diego, I want my name to come up first, not 5th, not 6th, not 3rd, not 2nd, first. Why is that? When you come up first, there's more of a better reputation that is held at a higher standard. You get more clicks into your website. You get more people calling your store. And it's super important that with the SEO that you've got Google reviews as well. So for example, imagine if you're number 1, you have 280 5-star Google reviews and number 2 has 29. Where are you going to go? That's right, to the one with 280 Google reviews. It's just human nature. We want to go where people go, right? Kind of like Cheers. We want to go where more people are going, where they're giving great service, where people are saying, like, we want social proof. We want the proof that people have gone there and the service is great. But that doesn't happen unless you optimize your website. Now, let's talk about your website. Your website, if it hasn't been touched in 5 years, you need to invest in upping your website. Plain and simple, that's it. If it's old, if it looks ugly, if it looks stale, it's like going on a first date. Before, there was a such thing as a blind date, right? You would go on blind dates, they'd hook you up, and they say, go to this restaurant, I'll meet you there, great, and it was fine. Today, there's rarely blind dates. Why? Somebody gives you the name of the person that you want to meet, and you go on social media and you look them up. It's the same thing with you and your pawn shop. Somebody gives you the name and automatically they search the name of your store. They go to your website, they go to your Google reviews, your Facebook, to see what you look like before they ever step in foot into your store. So if your website is old and ugly, guess what they think? Your pawn shop is old and ugly. Your service is old and ugly. So for those of you thinking like, oh, it's too much money to invest in a new website. No. It's actually hindering the fact of people walking because your website is so old, because your website doesn't look nice, right? Because people today want aesthetics. They want it to look really, really good because they want to make sure that they're a part of something that is modern, technology, hip. That's what they want, right? Especially the new generation, those and before. And after, the millennials and after, want to walk in somewhere that they know is clean, great service, knows technology, and knows what they're doing. All right. So that's SEO. Now, the second thing is AdWords. AdWords makes you come up first, right, in Google, and you can actually track exactly how much you're spending per click and if the person's going to walk in or not. Like you can track how many clicks you're getting, how many calls you're getting, and how many people are walking into the store to know if the ROI is there. Now, if I was a business today, if I was a brick and mortar, a pawn shop, I would push tons of money into AdWords and SEO in order to be number 1 consistently. If you're not number one, if you're not on the first page, if you're not first on the list on the Google Maps, you're going to not get as much business as you can get. And that's just the honest to God truth. There's no way around that, right? So let's continue. So social media, man, it's incredible to me to find how many pawn shops are using Facebook personal pages and not Facebook professional pages, right? The professional pages gives you so many metrics and so many just analytical points that you can never get from a personal page. And let me explain, right? Why now that you're watching this video, okay? I can pixel you. I know exactly who's going to watch this video, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, or 3 minutes. And then I can send you ads depending on the time that you've watched this video. I'm going to say this again. I can actually track who watches this video, and then I can send you advertisements towards those who are watching the video. If you watch only 3 seconds, I can send you an ad saying, hey, what happened? Why didn't you watch my video, right? Scott now asked the questions. Can you do AdWords if you have guns? Scott, it depends on your website. I would talk to a professional, and I know somebody in the industry who's great. If you go to clicks into pawns, I'll put it into the chat box real quick. Clicks into pawns.com. That's somebody who we've used in the pawn industry extensively, and they can walk you through everything when it comes to, AdWords and also Scott, you're in the mastermind. So, make sure that you're asking those questions in the mastermind. We have some incredible people who know that stuff within the mastermind as well. Great question, by the way. Now, so your social media, right? You want to make sure that you're going Facebook Live. You want to make sure that you're not just pushing out sales and more sales and more sales and more sales. Why is that? Nobody wants a pushy salesman. Nobody wants to see every single camera that you have, every gun that you have, every Yeti that you have. They want to see the person behind the people want to do business with people, not just a brand image. Unless you're Starbucks or Airbnb or some immense brand that you can get away with that, right? But you want to make sure that you're introducing your team, you're introducing yourself. Give some funny stories, entertain, educate. It's one of my biggest marketing mentors, Billy Jean, says you got to entertain, educate, and execute the sale. You can't just keep posting stuff all the time, stuff by my stuff. Scott Nell, who just posted here, Scott goes live all the time and they have so much fun and they show their personality. People want to shop somewhere with personality, right? Not just a shop that is trying to sell them stuff all the time. So make sure that you've got your social media down so that, one, you've got a professional page. You're not just on your personal page trying to sell, but you're also on your professional page and you're looking at the metrics. There's lots of softwares out there, Agora Pulse, Metricool, that your metrics, your demographics, who's watching, what countries, what cities, what zip codes, and you can get your avatar of exactly who is looking at your Facebook page. And so then you can customize your lives, your Facebook story, whatever you want to do on it. Now it's Facebook. Instagram is the same thing. June 15th, when we start Power Up On, Subi is going to be teaching how to maximize your Instagram. And what she told me in kind of the pre-interview was people want stories. People want to be entertained. People want to see what you're all about and not just buy my stuff. Nick Fulton said this. I'm going to post it up on the video here. Nick said, I constantly block people who are always trying to sell. Yes, I do the same. I follow hundreds of pawn shops, 600, 700, 800 pawn shops. And what I do is I follow them to see what's going on. And then when it's just sales, 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 I unfollow or I block. And I send them a message saying, you got to stop this, right? So that's social media, referrals. All right, let's go to referrals. Number 4, how are you getting referrals from your current clients? If you're giving such great customer service, which I believe many of you think that you're giving customer service, great. I think that a lot of you can be doing so much better, but are not. That's a different conversation, a different Facebook Live. You need to be able to make it easy for your customers to refer friends and family to you, right? Referral cards or whatever that is that you can do, put it into play. Because the cheapest way to get a new customer is through a referral, right? You want to find out what customer acquisition costs with all this SEO, AdWords, social media. There's a customer acquisition cost there. Cashgo, it was $20. Now, with a referral, if somebody hands them a card, what if I offer $10 to the person who is referring the other client, and the client gets a free interest loan, whatever that is? You've more than halved your customer acquisition cost, right? Text message campaign. We launched text message campaign in the mastermind, and it's blowing up. They're doing so incredibly well. And it's just using a software text PL Mag to 55444. I'll show you kind of what that looks like. So you can pawn to 3377 or this one, right? I can do this ticker. So pawn, if you want to get the Pawn Leaders magazine, if you haven't gotten it yet, if you want to get the new issue, just text PLMAG, PL Mag to 55444, and you'll see what a text message campaign looks like. You can track, you can get the cell phone number and the email address from every client who goes to this text messaging campaign. Now, when you do that, you're going to get an email address, a phone number. You've got to nurture those people. And number 6 is email list, right? You've got to start building your email list. Why? Scott said it the best. Will Google do this with guns? Will Facebook do an ad with guns? If you have an email list, you can push whatever type of ads you want, whatever type of content you want through email and through text messaging, right? Because now you've gotten those numbers. Those are your numbers. But if you don't, you are just renting space on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all those types of places. Make sure that you've got a call to action. A call to action is like, hey, thanks for watching this video. Why don't you text PL Mag to 55444 to get the magazine, or to get a free pawn, or to be entered to win a watch. We've got Danny Z in the mastermind who is doing this amazing text message campaign for Father's Day to crush it for sure, right? So make sure that you're doing these types of things. Your email list, like I talked about, grow your email list. I want to bang my head on the desk every time I hear a pawn not people's emails. Ladies and gentlemen, the customer is walking into your store. You can get as much information as possible: email, cell phone, address. This is what marketers would pay so much money to get, and you are getting it, and you're not pushing your team to ensure that they're building this list. I would do competitions at your stores, right? Who gets the most text? Who gets the most emails? How big is that email list growing? Make one of those thermometers with the red thing and make it go up, right? With a goal of 20,000 emails. Because when you grab those emails, you can retarget those emails on Google and on Facebook, and you can nurture them and send them emails. We talked about it today in the Pawn Leaders community. It's 5 to 7 touch points to get a new client. Mike Doyle said it takes 9 to 12. But what we're both saying is that it takes a lot of touch points. To think that you're just going to show one commercial and the customer is going to walk in is ludicrous, right? To think that you're just going to put an ad somewhere or a flyer and boom, it's going to happen is kind of ludicrous. So you want to make sure. So awesome. So Lisa says, what's up, Danny? Thanks for watching. Lisa says, I never got the first magazine. I've got a copy for you. Now that I'm going out and about, Lisa, send me a private message on Facebook and I will ship you one myself. All right. You got to get that one. So Bob says, start asking current customers for email this week. No one has turned on yet. No one will, because people want what you're going to give them. And if you tell them that I'm going to give you great information, you get coupons, discounts, they will give you their email address, right? And Danny Z says, I like the way you're thinking. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, make sure that you're doing those 6 things. If you have no idea how to do this, that's why the Alliance exists. That's why the Mastermind exists. Just PM me and let's have a conversation about how I can help you get your lead generation. Because I will tell you this, the Pawn Leaders is about leading your team and leading your life, 100%, right? But it's very hard to lead your team and to lead your business to success when customers aren't walking through the door. I'm going to say this again. When customers aren't walking through the door, it's hard to lead your team's success because you're stressing out, you're overwhelmed, and you have no idea what should be happening. So share this video, by the way. Share this video. I think a lot of pawnbrokers need to listen to this. I'm all about giving information. This is no secret. What is What does take time, just to let you guys know, is the implementation of all this, the softwares, how to put it together, what to say in your emails, what to do in the text message campaigns, how to do the SEO. That takes time to learn and to get done. And that's what we teach in Pawn Leaders Tribe, right? Those are the groups that I coach, because for me, a successful business starts at step one, more clients. More clients. And if my competition is learning all this stuff and they're gaining market share and I'm not, I am way behind. And if you think that the old times, the way that we used to do things is going to work today, that's not going to happen. Now, I'm going to say something. All of these things I'm mentioning is an investment. They're investments with cash. They're investments with time. And if you're not willing to do it, the person who will is going to kick your ass. I'm going to say this again. The person who is willing, right, to invest in themselves, invest in technology, and invest their time to get this done, this is the time to do it. And Josh says it perfectly. Since loan balances are going down, you've got to start today. Like the mastermind started 30 days ago. We've got mastermind members crushing it on YouTube, mastermind members Facebook Living 3 or 4 times a week, members doing text message campaigns and email campaigns and like all this stuff, because we're constantly talking about the importance and learning about it. But ladies and gentlemen, this hasn't been taught in the pawn industry. And I know this because I've gone to every single convention for the past 18 years. I've had, consultants come up from all different areas. But lead generation is something that you need to master ASAP, because lead generation equals more customers in your store. Now, if you want more customers in your store, write customers in the chat box. If you don't write customers, just say, I have enough customers. I'm wealthy. I'm rich. I can go home. I'm not stressed out. I'm good. Let me know. Because maybe I'm talking to the wrong person. You never know. Right? Now, some people say like, beforehand they said like, all my pawns are going to come back. Not true. That is not true. I'll tell you why. If I was in your area, if I had a pawn shop in your area, Yigal Adato, with what I know, and you thought all of your customers would come back, I will eat you up, spit you out, chew you up, toss you out alive. Because of what I know with lead generation, with what I know with leadership, with marketing, with strategy, with customer experience and team building, I will chew you up and spit you out. I'm not the best. I don't know it all. But because so many pawnbrokers don't want to invest in themselves, don't want to invest in learning more, being a part of a group that's going up together, and being so afraid to invest that, I can't, it's $300. Oh, I can't, it's this software is too much, or, I'm, whatever that is, you can't do that to yourself unless you're making so much money that it doesn't even matter. And if you're making so much money that doesn't even matter, then get off social media, go be on an island, go drink some Mai Tais with your family, right? But the truth is, I know that most pawnbrokers don't have that lifestyle yet. But if you implement these tactics, you can get there. You can get to the lifestyle that you want, whatever that looks like. And everybody has a different lifestyle, whether it's more people, more customers, more time with your family, bigger team, more stores, or having one store that is just epic and crushing it. Right? With that, hope you have an amazing weekend. I might go live one more time this afternoon. But stay safe, stay healthy, love you all. And if you want to chat with me, just send me a DM and let's have a conversation about your lead generation and what the Pawn Leaders Tribe can do for you and how we can help you grow your business. I'm going to put this chat up real quick. I have a meeting, but Jeff says, and this is brilliant, he says, even if you are making more, you still need the customer to keep making the money, 100%. Right? Wildcat Pawn, thank you so much. Right? Shoot me a message. Awesome, everybody. Take care. Stay safe, stay healthy. Love you all. I'm out of here.